Here's the next one. In communication. And that is attacking the problem without attacking the person. Here's where language must be careful when you're dealing with challenges of this nature. Sometimes you've got to put love and hate in the same sentence so that there's no misunderstanding. God said, I love you, but I hate your sinful ways. Now, sometimes it seems to me like, man, maybe God hates me. He said, no, let me make it clear one more time. I love you, but I hate your sinful ways. Sometimes as parents, we've got to do that. Put love and hate in the same sentence. I love you, but I hate what's happening. I love you, but I hate the direction you've chosen. I love you, but I hate the situation you've gotten into. Kids need to know what you love and what you hate. Because it takes both. The old prophet said what? We must love good and hate evil. The evil that would destroy us, the mistakes that would do us in, the miscalculation that would ruin our reputation and leave us helpless. Wow, what good benefit somebody brings to us to help point out some of those even very sensitive things, to go after the problem. But hopefully they go after the problem, but they have this sincere desire to truly help. Now, sometimes you can get careless in language and you mean to help, but you said it wrong. What if you meant to say, what's troubling you? And instead you said, what's wrong with you? See, that's an error in language that can cause all kinds of difficulty. You meant to say, what's troubling you? And instead you said, what's wrong with you? Now, we'll let you make that mistake 10 years ago, but 10 years later, to be making the same error in language? See, we need to understand that. Say, no, I need to learn to say it better so that it sets up a better chance for communication. It sets up a better chance for me to talk about something constructive and not come out with something wrong, saying it wrong, correct all those errors in verbal judgment. Here's a good way to go after the problem. Go after the problem that you've had. We call this third party. So, Mary, I was in this same fix. I thought this, and it turned out to be this. I made a mistake and misunderstood. Sure enough, I'm headed down the wrong road. About a year later, I'm in serious trouble. I finally worked my way out. But I'm telling you, you can save yourself that kind of calamity with just a couple of words of advice. Use yourself as part of the problem. Say, I was the problem at one time. I gave people grief when I should have given them thanks. And it created for me no value. Right? It's called attacking the problem in yourself. Then here's another way. Third party, where you say, I know someone who miscalculated, and if they were here, here's what they would say with tears. Don't go down this road. Remember that movie years and years ago called Scared Straight? Where they took some kids into prison and let them interview and talk to the prisoners. And the prisoner said, you don't want to come here. Let me take you on a tour, show you what it's like. And the kids came out of the prison with eyes about this big saying, whoa, the man said I shouldn't come here. See, that kind of advice, straight talk, can be so helpful if it's done in the right manner and in the right way. In building your house on the rock instead of on the sand, how do you decide to build on the rock? You have somebody give you the image that they built on the sand and suffered the disaster of a storm. Because sometimes when the day is unique and the sky is blue and the clouds are fleecy white, it's easy to be faked out and build on the sand. There doesn't seem to be any immediate consequences. Somebody says, no, the storms. And if you've never had one of those storms, you would say, what storms? So let me tell you about the storms. And then you need somebody to scare you to death about the potential of the upcoming storm so that you don't make the mistake and be deluded when the days are nice to build your house on the sand.